Everybody ready? All right, we're going to call the meeting to order of Finance Committee Tuesday, May 7th. 6:23. By the time we get ready. All right, welcome. So, you don't have any minutes or anything, right? All right, good. So we're not going to do minutes. So I wanted to give all of us an update of Laura and I, actually, we'll do both. We're Crystal and Melanie went to the presentation last night for Southeastern. How was it?
It was good. He was you could tell he does this for all the towns.
Yep.
Because it was very quick, very, this number, this number, this
Yep.
number. And so overall, I mean, the bottom line is that it's for I gotta find the East Bridgewater page because he's got everything.
I was going to say, did you happen to grab a couple extra
They put
presentations?
them in our,
Rebecca did.
Okay, good.
They're probably in a, yeah, they did.
They weren't
send
in
us with one.
Both the bucket, but,
Oh, they weren't. She
No.
has them.
Okay.
Gave her extra. I don't know which page. Bottom line, it's up $19,503 from last year.
yep.
For a total of $770,668.
Right, yeah.
So,
I think that's, I have it out here.
What was the amount of the increase?
19,503. 2.5%.
Yeah, I have that 19.5 on, you'll see it on your second page of the sheets I just gave you in the summary.
Okay,
You
so
can see it
that is
out
the
there.
number that we
So I
had
did
already?
have that number
Okay.
out there, yep.
Yeah, because I know when I had filled out the spreadsheet for you, I had found the number from something John had given me.
Yeah.
So it hadn't changed since from that then.
They do
So-
a nice presentation with all the graphs and stuff like
Yeah, it's
that.
got all sorts of things. It showed, one of the,
They had a 0%
Uh,
increase for health insurance. They're gonna be
yes, yeah.
self-insured soon, I think, is
Next
what you
year, I
said,
think
yeah.
Oh,
it's
wow.
yeah, they were
That's pretty
showing
great.
Wow.
I like aid, whether it's like the cost in aid, East Bridgewater gets, I think, the second most state funding out of the towns that go there, only second to Brockton.
Yeah, Brockton would get the biggest
They
piece.
get the biggest, and then the other towns are smaller.
Did they break it down by students that they currently have, or,
Like how
Yes.
I
many?
guess, because if
Or-
you're going there, you've already committed, correct? And that's
So
how they
they
calculate their numbers, because,
They have 79 students this year.
oh, wow,
So they're 78
78,
next year.
yeah, 8 next
79 this year, 78 next year.
okay,
One's graduating, so,
okay. Only one, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they said that I think in a few years, we should probably expect to see the decrease because as of right now, our lower level grades are less students than our middle school and high school.
Hmm.
So unless we have a influx of people with young children or developments or something, most
Okay.
likely that will happen.
Oh, okay. I guess that, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you don't really,
He said.
you don't really know, right? Because,
Well,
People
yeah,
can-
he's,
can
yeah,
transition
from what it
Yeah.
forecasts looks
Yeah.
like right now,
Right.
but
Right.
that is always subject to
Right,
change.
more
like-
people of that group could decide to go to.
yeah, well, I'm just
that
thinking of
or-
grades up to 1 through 8. How, do they just
Just the pupil
forecast an
count of
average?
like, yeah,
It's
so
probably,
if,
they probably have a historical percentage of
so if 10%
classes,
of
yeah.
kids go now, 10% of kids in first grade right now is lower than, would
Oh,
be a
I
lower
see what you're
number
saying.
than
Oh, you mean the grades below
our
are smaller?
class sizes.
Yeah, because I think the juniors have one of the biggest classes,
Yeah, I think it's, we're like bigger at the
Yeah.
top level
Oh,
right
okay.
now, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the correct number. That's in our presentation. So last night, Laura and I met with the interim town administrator and the town accountant and town assessor to get their numbers of what they had. So, a couple of things. I guess I wanted to say just a couple of things on that. One is, we had taken all the numbers that we've received from our budgets and put them in. Then they did a proof back to ours, and they had
Some variances.
many variances, because
That's what we were
it
afraid
seems
of
that
at
their
the last
budgets,
meeting.
right, their budgets that they received are different than ours. So after looking at, so what I've been doing for the last 2 hours is comparing the budget that they have to our budget. And Laura, I found one issue and with the number from last night that they gave. So when you're counting the fire department, and if you want to just, I think I can show it quickly. If you go to, it'll just be easier. If you're looking on the budget summary, it says. So if you're looking at the budget summary under fire department, do you see where it says, it's the second grouping down? And it says 2652 for department requests?
Mhm.
Okay. So I think this is where the issue comes in, is Phyllis, so we put in the ambulance operations at 80,025, which is 4 down. You know, in that big summary page that you did?
Mhm.
Okay, so if you go to, if you have that, I don't know if you do, but the big summary page, the ambulance operations number is its own category.
Mhm.
She double counted it because she's counting, she added up everything, including the ambulance operations, to give a number that was above your number here and now.
So is the 2.6?
She added them both together, basically.
It should be.
Yeah, no, that I put it in, these are my numbers.
So, okay, so
So,
her spreadsheet
Yeah,
is
here,
probably
Laura, I
higher.
can show you on this. Do you see?
So ambulance operation here as part of, but
Yes.
then there's another section in the spreadsheet.
So if you look at,
So 2607,
I'm gonna have to show you
Wait a minute.
with this.
oh, I don't have
'Cause
the
the
new,
police
I
and
don't have the new numbers in yet.
Oh, I thought you put it in last night.
I put them off to the side because I do not have the updated spreadsheet, you do. Because you said you made changes. And I didn't wanna, so we'll.
To your spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I did today.
So, but
I'm
I
just
have,
gonna-
I put numbers off to the side, so she gave me a total number of 272,732,830.
Right,
So that
but
would
if
be
you
these two
look,
numbers.
that's above the ambulance. That includes the ambulance operation.
Yes.
So I had to break it out on my sheet. So my two together equal the ambulance operation, basically. So if you take the 2652,805, which I just had them in wrong, plus the ambulance operation of 80,025, it should equal the 2732,830. However, so
So on her sheet, she counted it twice, because we have it, we don't have it twice on our sheets.
maybe it is right, and it's just the way I was putting it in this.
Well, one of the
grouping.
things I wanted, well, I won't be able to do it today. Well, actually, you have it in email. If you can, well, we'll coordinate sheets afterwards.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that was the only thing I needed to break out in this budget summary. So unfortunately, I couldn't reconcile her total. She came with this 50,710,000.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't have time. Because I went through everything and thought it matched. And I am off,
You're over.
she has 50,710,000. On this page, I have 50,725,000, which I believe might be that 15,000 tax title. See up here in the first grouping, on the first page of the budget summary,
Oh, yeah,
tax
you're
title
off
legal.
exactly 15.
I don't have that. So this tax title treasurer we have on our base of operations, she said to leave,
Tax title legal on our spreadsheet, professionals, it's called professional services legal, tax title counsel.
25, right?
17,000.
Where's that?
It's under treasurer collector, if that's the same one.
Treasurer collector.
Do you have account numbers in yours at all,
Yeah.
or?
I just did a search on it.
Might be a different one.
520-5313. I don't know if that's tax title,
We only have,
government account number.
What'd you say, what, that was in the treasurer collector?
Treasurer collector expenses, there's one called professional services / legal, and then in parentheses, tax title counsel.
What's your total treasurer collector?
Yeah, so it's different, and I'll tell,
Well, let me do another, see if there's anything else that's listed.
so if you look, hold on, where is it? Tax title legal, 01147.
Oh, there's another one, 01147,
That's the one.
15,000.
Okay, so here's where there's a it says tax title, the professional services 147, right?
So we have that
So
15 in ours.
it is,
Yep.
Do we have a double counting?
It's got two separate account numbers.
Yes, the treasurer.
5205-313. So yeah, if you pull out the treasurer
17,000.
budget,
yeah,
she's got under kind of general expenses, call it, that professional, that first one for 17,000.
stuff.
And then there's those several below, kind of by themselves.
Yeah. Is there another one?
Yeah.
that's
Another
15?
professional services / legal, but under tax title as its own subcategory. I'm gonna pull up the treasurer budget, hold on.
Should have one in Excel that I put on, that's the most recent.
Yeah, I have
well,
the PDF one, but then I
except
think.
they changed it because
Okay.
of the $1,000,
The stipend.
the certification
Okay.
that she could get, supposedly she's taking it in August maybe, so
Okay.
they put that 1,000 back in, which
What happened to?
should be. So this treasurer collector. So on Phyllis's sheet, she has a total of,
All right, so this is professional, okay, so on her budget, in that same, so 525313, professional services / tax title 17,000. And then.
that's separate,
That's in the, mixed in with the general expenses. Then,
yep. But I've been through all these numbers. I don't think Phyllis's numbers add up correctly.
she doesn't have that secondary listing. Because we go right into debt. Oh, no. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no, there it is. So on her budget that she submitted to us, there are two line items.
Okay.
The first one, 5205313, professional services / tax title 17,000.
Yep,
Then below the line, in a different section, account 5205304, tax title professional services legal, 15,000.
because I think they're,
So is
that's,
that a double?
I think it's two separate.
Yes,
Juice.
I would agree with that.
Okay. So
Because
then
you know
we-
what? It was separate,
Last year too.
yes.
So we have, I would say we
And
have.
the year before.
I would say we have the correct numbers.
I think we do too, the 17 and the 15. So I'm off right now, let's see. So so this number that I put, if you look at the budget summary, over on the far right is the base budget. That's what all your numbers were, Laura. Then the department requests are in the middle. And the total for the department requests equal 5725, 417.
And that's where you're off,
But
exactly 15.
Phyllis has 5710. Oh, wait. No. Yeah, she has
Do you have the detail of Phyllis's? I could try to.
5710, 41698. But hers is just handwritten, so you can't really see.
Oh,
it.
yeah, no, yeah.
It's too dark on the print. And I've gone through
So,
them.
I think one of the things we can do, so one
I
of the
need
things.
to look again.
Yeah, or one of the things you can do is, I can help just kind of eyeball it again.
Yeah, somebody else, because I've
Yeah.
looked through it
Let
twice.
me eyeball it
Yep.
and see if I can decipher
can
what
do
she's
it
got
I
that way.
will
written.
While we're
forward
talking here.
Phyllis's email then, as a matter of fact.
Do you have this in a
I-
PDF?
All I have it is
That's
what she
fine.
gave me.
That's fine. And also, my sheet that you've edited. Unless you didn't edit it that much.
So I'm gonna give you it, it's on my thumb drive.
Okay, that's fine.
So what I did with it, I renamed it.
Mhm.
So,
That's good.
yeah, so I
Okay,
didn't
that's
want
fine.
to fool with any, as a matter of fact, it's just like copy of worksheets 2020
That's fine.
with changes.
Yeah, that's probably,
That's
like,
fine.
makes more sense than you.
You know
Oh,
what I
absolutely.
mean?
Well, yeah.
I didn't want to get confused with our starting point
Yep.
Yep.
and anything that they've
Perfect.
done.
Nope.
So,
I'm all about version control.
yeah,
I've had to go back a few times.
okay, so let
I
me
learned my
get,
lesson the hard way.
so that's where I'm confused also too with Phyllis's sheet that she gave us when we were balancing revenue and expenses.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have any, let's finish this discussion, then we'll
Yep.
talk about that. I'm just looking for her.
Actually, it'd be good because I actually am off tomorrow, so I can do that first thing tomorrow morning
Ooh,
while I'm fresh.
Look at you. What do you do with the day off?
Well, because I have to go to a conference Friday now. I just switched my day off.
oh. All right, so
Because I
we
apparently
are-
don't know where I'm supposed to be at any
You
given
don't know where
time.
you are,
Legit.
what day it is.
Great Wolf Lodge on Thursday night.
You're doing great, great, Wolf.
Yeah.
Never mind, I win.
Yeah. Just the three of you?
Yeah.
Oh, good
It's
times.
like Thursday and Friday.
Okay, see. Do you have the PDF that she sent me?
No, I don't.
I don't.
Okay,
I shouldn't just shake my head. I should answer.
I'll just send it.
Because I gotta know who.
Here's what I'm doing. Oh, -1. I had a group email. Melanie, Laura, Dan, Crystal. I already have it. So I just sent,
Her.
yes.
Okay.
Her, and that's this, that she had yesterday.
Yep.
That she was using.
Okay, good. And I have I took some notes on mine so I can kind of compare my notes too.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that tomorrow morning.
Okay, something just happened because it just left my inbox.
Yep, I got it.
Shall I? You got it?
I don't know if this will open. It's such a huge file. It might not open on my phone. I was having trouble with
really?
it.
What, the one you just sent?
No.
You have another.
The spreadsheet? We can just do it from your thumb drive when we're done here.
Yeah, because it's not.
Yeah.
When?
Well, this was her other proof. So she sent me the PDF
Yep,
of this,
yep,
okay? She hand wrote all the differences,
yep.
okay? Made check marks next to everything that was right. Then what she did was send me your spreadsheet with actually the detail changed. Marked it, well, maybe it was yours, marked in red. I don't know. Now I'm getting confused with that.
That's what I did. I marked the sheet.
Everything in red, and it said last Laura.
Yep. I think she only did her handwritten. I
No,
don't think she
'cause-
did an Excel one.
No, she did a proof.
She did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can find it, just
I have
forward it to me too, and I'll look at it.
I'm gonna send you this as well.
Okay.
This is the one that I used this and this to try to come up with the budget summary.
Okay.
And this is where you're still off.
I'm including that too.
At least you're higher right
Um,
now, I guess. if
Yeah.
that's
FYI, what
right.
you just sent us doesn't have an attachment because it was too far in the chain. You gotta go back a little bit.
Okay.
Go back to May 1.
Well, first, all right, I will, but I'm sending you this other one, see if that will open. And this is FinCom worksheet proof.
Okay, so this is the first one. All right.
But I think this is your spreadsheet.
Mm.
I'm gonna look.
Slowly opening.
Yes. But she did, what the hell did she do?
Yeah. And it's in a text form?
All right, let me just change that. I'm not sure she did anything to this, but I'd have to. It looks like just my work and my notes.
Yeah, I don't know, Laura, to be honest with you.
Okay, I'll look at it, because it doesn't look like it's really any different. So just see if you can forward me that May 1 with her attachment. And then,
Yeah, I need to go back.
and then I can take a quick look and compare it. This is.
But something happened, like her email's gone. And I just sent
wonder
that.
if it's just 'cause you're looking at it on your phone, like I wonder
Yeah,
if once
it's-
you're on your computer, it will be better.
Well, if you also, I find the emails.
I can go to my sent mail, just so I can see. Wednesday, changed FinCom budget proof.
Or if you just search her name, it might come up.
It's a PDF, where is it? That was on Wednesday. Would it have deleted by accident? No, here it is, but I don't know why.
Oh, she did change it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she didn't mark
She
it.
didn't mark what she changed.
Right, I had to go through the whole thing.
Okay.
So I've done it. Hold on before I change this, just, why?
Yeah, because the total's different.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
So I got to the bottom of hers with the change. And this one is even off more. This doesn't even equal the budget summary here. So this has 5725. This has 5560. And this should have only,
And hers has 5710.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Do you want me to work on hers and you work on
No, because
the
I think I just
spreadsheet?
need
Would
to
you
probably
rather
just do it
them
all, just do one.
it's,
We just need to get on that
yeah.
one. So if,
And like I said, I put it in super quick based on, I took.
I'm not
this
gonna worry
sheet's-
about yours yet. I'm gonna get this one in a
Yep.
correct state,
That's
and
fine.
then we'll be able to find it easier
Yeah.
on this side.
Like I said, I only did one pass of that, so,
Right.
there was, and then when I was trying to add some of the things, I couldn't because of the text.
Yeah.
I didn't switch it from text to, number.
So I just need, if you can't find it.
I got it,
Oh, okay.
but, so this doesn't even match, but they're handwritten,
That's fine.
but so what I did was, I took that, I put it in to here, into the summary page, the budget detail page, and all of this, right? So when I did that, that's when I came up with the ambulance thing, and then, so it's only off 15, I think, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at the last.
And then, so there's that, then there's that spreadsheet that I tried to do to this as well. Let me send it. right, so I've scrolled through the whole thing, so hopefully it will pick up now forward. No, it's only picking up, okay. So this is on, let me just see what day this is. Wednesday. Inbox.
So I think this,
Which one?
so if you look, I think probably it's hard to see. So this is the last budget worksheet that I got from Melissa, and the totals, 466,500. You said it changed $1,000, so 467,500. So that agrees to this line here, but it looks like,
Yeah, she was saying something about Melissa's budget last night.
I'm wondering if this should be, if this tax title legal maybe should be 0 here,
The 15.
because I think
That's
it's
the one I
included.
couldn't-
I think it's included here, but I wanna like add these numbers separate. Wish I had a calculator. Everyone has a calculator, right? Can I just use your phone?
Because that's what I was off, that 15,000,
Yeah,
and that's
and
why I
I'm
checked it.
looking-
So it is out here in Laura's sheet,
I just wanna add
but
hers
maybe it
to
is
make
double
sure.
counted in the total. Like the budget was, the ambulance was double counted, I had to break it out for the summary sheet. I bet I had to break it out for this.
That foot.
Now I can't find that. It won't let me forward just that page.
So
Why?
that's at 17, so that's in here.
Details.
So the spreadsheet you sent us from Phyllis,
I get it. That's just silly.
all right, I see
Technology.
the changes you made, and I can see your explanation.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. The highlighted yellow,
that.
Signality.
the highlighted yellow categories, are those differences, or is there anything
What
different?
department are you in?
I'm under just general government, but just like an idea for this. So would that be, are those highlighted for a,
They may have been highlighted pre-me.
what's not the changes she made, or,
I think, I don't think I highlighted them.
okay.
I just did the
I don't know
green.
if there's anything
So
special.
it's probably the same,
That,
right?
I think it's gonna be that.
It's, mine's like, if I scroll, then it takes forever to load, so. I can't log in with you.
I can't even do anything here.
Just share my screen.
See if you got that PDF.
Okay.
Well, after Melanie's done adding.
Yeah, that 15 is included in
Okay,
the
so-
467,000 number.
Which would make sense on this. So
So that,
treasurer collector, you have as. Oh, wait a minute, I see what you're saying.
I have,
But I also think it's wrong. I'll tell you why in a second, but that's a different. So we have 289, 100, right? plus 69.5
Yeah,
plus 46.4,
yeah.
42.5.
500, and then 15.
Right, and the 15, 40,
67.5.
67.5.
Yeah.
So it should be
So those
452.5, right?
So
In
that
the,
would-
in the summary, right? So let's go to,
Yeah, so where you have 467.5, it should be
That makes sense.
452.5. So now you
if I saw, if I really looked at the increase, it would have made sense, yeah. Because you know what I kept saying is, why is this going up, this
Right.
budget, when it should be going down?
Right,
Because she's new.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, good
Oh,
catch.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
So you try to fill us now.
50, no. Do I have 57.51? No, she has 710.
How did you not? I thought you were only off 15,000. You are.
52.5.
Yeah, you should be,
So she's
this is where you were. You just
64.75.
changed it to 15,000. Scroll back up.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Oh, 575.
That's not the same. Wait, where are you? Are you in a different column? Yeah, I'll do it. I'm like, wait, these columns.
Like, these numbers aren't right
Wait,
at all.
these aren't even matching.
The same one.
So it's 15, yeah.
Sorry, I just,
Oh, I'm sorry. I still have your phone. It's okay.
Your mouse is adorable.
It's so cute.
Tiny mouse. Hi, tiny mouse. You know, I'm pitch perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, tiny mouse. I know. All right, so here's what it is. I have I changed, it has to be changed in a few areas in this workbook. It's 452.
Yes, 500.
Oh, there we go.
So now if you go down,
And the
you should
15 is there.
yeah.
52.5.
Come to the bottom, and there we go. So I do match Phyllis there. Excuse me. Okay. Juvenile humor. So, all right, so that matches. So see how this is set up here? I have department requests, base, budget,
Yeah.
which
so,
matched Laura's number that she had done.
So the base budget came from all of our real needs budgets that you put in, right?
2%.
That's-
Yeah,
okay.
2%, well,
Yeah, not real needs,
lowest,
I'm sorry.
lowest budget.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So one of the things that we did talk about is, so we have this. So now it looks like we match the PDF, Laura.
Yep, I'm just, okay.
However,
Sorry, you can have this back.
okay.
Sorry, my little
No, that's fine.
pink check marks on there.
Well, at least we know who's,
Got it, and it opened.
Yeah,
fine.
you
Okay,
know
good.
whose marks they are.
so then the other sheet.
So how does this tie?
Well, that's what I was gonna review that, so. I just going to the bottom, I was just going to the bottom. You're gonna work on your sheet, Laura, right? Cause your sheet is off. Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, because this is on the base budget.
You're gonna work on your sheet, so I'm not gonna worry about it, right? And
Yep.
we'll,
I will make it match.
thank you. All right, so then, so I could figure out where we were. What I do is, if you go to the tab called revised revenue, which is
That's what you gave us.
this one, yep, this page.
Oh,
So I confirmed the prior year levy limit, the Prop 2.5. I added new growth, which I got that number from Paula. Came up with these, then the debt exclusion number. I know that's good. And the cherry sheet, I did the calculation. And then the local receipts. And all you do is kind of estimate the local receipts, that's all you can do.
yeah.
So they use that formula of the difference in 30,000, because that's really all just estimating that. So I came up with this, right? Then if you go to this page, the revenues versus expenditures. Okay, yep, and if you tie them out, you'll see the information's there. So, what,
What is this local receipts isn't updated here?
do they not match?
You have
On the last-
19's number?
I got that, hold on.
Cause this just has it increased by 30,000, so I don't know. 'Cause it looks like you updated it here.
No, that's not right.
That number's not right.
2,000,008's not right?
Yeah,
Well, the 279 is last year's number, so I would say,
so maybe hers is wrong. All right, so I need to confirm that again. Because we should be estimating for 2020. And it should be the 30,000 difference with the, which is the 2.8.
So this spreadsheet should be 2.8.
and this
What
was,
do you think?
I mean.
oh, wait a minute, he gave us,
Right?
Yeah, it should go up by the,
I mean, it's gone up.
hold on.
Well, it went up a lot tonight from.
Oh, yeah, because she didn't put,
Oh, that's the forecast, the budget.
right?
this is the sheet they gave us last night, that we went over last night.
Well, she was trying to copy mine.
Okay, but they said they hadn't really updated local receipts yet
No,
anyway, so
they
that's
hadn't. That
two-
was a
that's
number they were
TBD.
working on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's
So let's just leave
TBD,
it at the
right.
279 for the
Yep.
moment.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So then we're all on the same page kind of thing?
Why did it go up so much then? From the forecast?
From 18 and,
Yeah, from 18 to 19 and from
that's, yeah,
the forecast, cause
original to updated.
if that's something like.
So we probably need to look
we
at
wanna
that.
make sure
I
that-
think they just do a low estimate.
But if it's consistent for the there's a big jump from.
Yeah,
So we wanna make sure that's not like a one-off that
Yep.
is,
why jump? I'll ask her tomorrow.
let's do this. Cause we don't wanna estimate it at 2.7 again if it's really gonna stay at that 2.4 where it
So
has been.
18 to 19. Oh, wait, I have that, this.
Is this-
The recap. See?
is it- what's the
It's,
estimated receipt? That's went
right,
down, down, down.
14% jump.
everything's down.
How did-
Yeah,
Oh, but that was.
I don't know what that is. That's actual. And all you can do is estimate,
we have.
estimate
This
this.
is just the budget.
The 14% jump, the 2.4 to the 2.7.
But this is showing actual receipts for 18
Right.
at 3.2. Because everything on here is budget, like this is
So
the
let me
18
update
budget.
this sheet. Oh, yeah. I
So if
expected
you
that.
like, this is showing actual 18 at 3.2, and then the estimate for 19 at 2.7. So.
Yeah, so,
That was a conservative estimate,
Yeah.
I don't know,
mm,
unless it's somewhere else.
Okay, let's mark that for clarification.
Yeah. so I need some clarification around, where's my note taking?
Right, this is my notes. Oops.
Okay. And then. Your budget summary. My backup. I got levy limit. So then we got, this number was pulled from,
Water receipts.
yeah, in here. It's in there. And then, I know those numbers are good. So then, other available funds. We have the ambulance fund, cap stabilization, loan repayment, water surplus, solid waste, and then overlay surplus. So these numbers I think I'm okay with. Well, from what I
As far as
can
you've-
see.
Yeah, as far as you.
Because this is on the budget sheet. Then this on the expenditure side, this number here should be that 50 million less this and this, so that you can show them
So you're
separately.
using this, you're using,
So 5472 total.
Let me go
Needs
to that
just
you're
page.
match up
using
with the others.
Laura's spreadsheet there.
So,
Yeah.
when we final, I'm choking on my brownie. Ellie's
Please don't
trying
let
to
me
kill
kill
me.
you. Melanie's like, mm-hmm. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the plan. So that one, so on this budget base sheet, I call it, this is pulling your numbers.
Okay, so we can just confirm these tomorrow when we reconcile everything together, those three
Right,
will just
once we
pull.
get that together, I think
Yep.
then we can,
That'll work.
yes, because
that's what
this number will change. Because I made a budget base sheet, and then the difference would be on versus budget request sheet,
And then where we land.
which this would be. But I do have something else I want to bring up on this sheet, because okay, now it's not working. Come on, mouse. Okay, now it's frozen, not working. That's a shame.
250
I can't even move. Okay. So, see this number here? So we have, that's fine, those are fine. This number here.
Yeah,
Oh, and then get down to this tax title treasurer.
yeah.
Is that the 15? Like, should that be 15? Or is that something separate?
I
I
think
think-
it's something separate.
I think
but
it's something
can
separate, because
talk
the
to-
other two were tax title legal,
Oh, okay.
and this one's tax title
Treasurer.
treasurer.
But I'm just saying, is it really coming from the treasurer, which is where we were?
Well, those, I'm wondering if that's
We have the
pay
15 and the-
services to put
We have
like.
the 15 and the 17.
But those are expenses.
This is on the expense side.
Oh,
I'll clarify that too.
Yeah. I definitely see what you're saying.
last year.
Because that I will clarify with Melissa.
The numbers didn't change from last year though. 17 and 15 too.
Hold on, I just happen to have my handy dandy last year papers. It's the exact same number as last year,
No, I know.
yeah.
But last
Yeah, I looked at that and it's the same number.
last year's
But-
budget
So
was
what's the transfer number?
15.
It was still
Yeah.
the same?
That's it, like that's the budget. This is the 20.
Oh, yeah, we would have, look, you can look here.
Oh yeah.
You switch.
Yeah, so it was 15 last year as well. And then this number, like the 17 this year was 17 last year too.
It was.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe it's.
Okay. So that's. Then I need to know
Yeah,
where this
what is
comes from
that?
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I wrote any notes.
Right, we get 3 different tax title expenses.
Okay. And we have the snow and ice deficit. We got that number.
You got, that's
And then this other deficit we have from that, I put that in there for the solid waste
Okay.
that we are
Yep.
being hit with, right?
Not the transfer we're gonna make for this year.
Yeah. Don't you think?
Maybe it's higher.
No, well, no,
Oh.
it wouldn't come off here, would it?
Look at Hershey.
Because it's
I can get
not
you guys
part of the budget for next year, unless she's. And we increased.
It's part of the free cash
But that's
that we're using, so that's why I took it out as an expenditure.
for FY '19.
Yes.
But this is for the budget for FY '20, and we.
Well, I think
and
it
we
all
accounted-
balances. That's the thing.
I,
She has it out here too.
or is she thinking that that was, she should account for it in the budget, but we already accounted for it? We had him go back and add it into his line item. So is it a double counting of it? So let's, I think, because we should clarify that too.
So if we look at the budget he submitted to what we have in now,
I add,
I
because
think
I,
it's all diluted in there now, right?
no, because remember I went back and I asked him to add
Right.
the appropriate number, given what we know today, the $80,000 over. So he increased that
Right.
line item.
oh, but is that just to break even next year, though? And then
Yes.
this is,
So the 80 is for this year.
to
Right, the
true
80's
up
this year.
Yeah.
The 80, I don't think the 80 should come into play here,
I think the
because the
I think
80
it
is
has
just
to
an
be
actual.
coming out
it's
of
an-
our free cash money.
but it's an actual for FY '19, so we're talking about FY '20 here,
Right, but we have
I
to
think
use
she's
it for
think-
the free cash.
but it's just an it's an additional appropriation in 19. I think she's thinking she wanted, I think we need clarification. I bet you that she thinks we needed to add in an additional 100 to cover, but we asked him
So are we
to go back and
doing-
put an actual number in
So
to
it'd be
cover
the
that. So
okay.
I think
So we doing a
potentially it could be
transfer
double.
in 19?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to.
Yeah.
It's because it's for the
Okay.
19, it's a 19
That's
expenditure.
why I said, see, because
Then I think that you're.
This
then
number is what
maybe
I'm
it
missing.
shouldn't be in here.
this number,
Okay,
we don't have that yet.
so that's those are the transfers for, oh wait,
We have-
that's the revenue side.
Yeah, that's the revenue side. So free cash I don't have yet.
Mhm.
And then this was coming out against the solid waste receipts. This number here in the solid waste receipts
Mhm.
is in our
These are all expenses here, right?
oh yeah, but it's see. So I wonder if that has to be yeah, it's a wash on this sheet. They're showing everything that contributes and then everything that goes out. So what they did was take out, so that's why that washes with that. So
if
that's
this
fine.
If this is FY 19, that we're gonna transfer from free cash in FY 19, then I don't think it would need to be there. 'Cause it
I
wouldn't be
bet
in the
you she's
deficit,
thinking,
right?
because I bet you she doesn't know we went back and asked him to adjust for it, so I bet
Alright,
you
so
she's
I will
doing
ask
it
on
as
this
a, as
too.
a
So 1,
cover,
Right.
like a,
2,
you know what I mean?
3.
Alright, so that's the.
So I have
not the
3 things.
deficits.
Okay. And then the overlay. So last year it was 5. This year she released 100,
Just say 6, okay.
but then I don't know, but it washes. Overlay and abatement and exemptions.
'Cause she went- she-
Because because this isn't right. They have,
Well, part of it, we're different here by.
yeah. Right.
So if you.
So we need to find that money somewhere.
It's 100,000 exactly.
Which is this, I think.
Oh, because you didn't put this, you didn't put that number.
Well, yeah, because they didn't, she didn't
No,
list it
this-
either here. The free cash. We don't have that number yet.
Just looking, this is
Yes,
Oh, the
because
free ca-
I
yeah,
put it over
okay.
here. She has it on this side, I put it so, because it was a negative, so I
Yeah,
put in
I
other
gotcha.
deficit. So it really does reconcile
Okay,
on this side.
yeah.
This side,
So this,
we don't because we have the 25 snow and ice overlay. So this, you would be off one between the two, you know what I mean?
right,
It's this, because we haven't figured out this yet. That's two.
right, what the difference is, and that's the only difference, right?
Right. But they have the water budget she's putting over here. This
So I
is,
don't know.
I think this is pulling from a wrong cell because this pulled from the base, she used her numbers. You know what I
Right,
mean?
You have a difference.
Right, and if you go,
So I would
I
say
know
make
what
sure
that
the
is.
revenues are the set right, and
Right.
then
I did that,
That's
we
it's
won't worry
this
too much
number
about the
I need
expenses,
to
because
pull.
that's gonna change anyway.
Yeah.
Because I remember, this sheet that I did was from the base, not from the one with the new changes. So they won't match.
Right.
Because she's using hers
She's
with the
using the real,
changes.
right, she's using her number. And the bottom line is, once we land on the expenses, that number's gonna go on both sides, so
Right,
we'll change it.
yeah, exactly,
So as long as everything else balances,
right. Agreed. So I think once. So mine's pulling this. Yeah, see, here you go. See how mine's pulling this?
Mhm.
On the base side, I need to pull this. Because I did this sheet off of base, so I do have another
Right.
tab to do it off of requests, and I haven't yet, and I'll do that.
So what's the other, can you see her spreadsheet real quick?
Yep. And I think that's it, right? I mean, once you do the sheet.
That's not-
and we confirm a couple of questions
Yeah.
around those numbers.
I'll go back with those
I
questions.
think we'll be in
Yep.
good shape with the sheets.
Yeah.
We just need to figure out,
Well, I think we
Next
have
steps.
some, right.
yeah,
But I'm not sure that, I think we may need more discussion before we can do that.
I think we need to figure out how we want to stage the discussion. So you and I talked about how we want to, so if we've got the base and we've got, do we want to fill in some more on the,
Well, I think one of the things we did ask is, we did ask police and fire to pull out their civilian dispatch, yep.
Okay.
Because we want to separate that out, since it's going to be combined.
we probably won't be able to separate it out in the budget, but for our purposes of our discussion.
Well, we actually,
Well, we actually could in our sheets.
or in each of the departments, you should be
Yeah.
able to.
Mhm.
So, which I did, and I sent it. So you'll notice in that
Okay,
sheet I sent, it says civilian dispatch, comp or something. So I did, it's in fire.
For
separated out, because it was already separate in police.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Okay.
I would like, I think we should have them come back together. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, or if we even, time-wise, we're running down. I just want to make sure that the increase on the police side, there shouldn't be really an increase, in my mind, I don't know what the increase on the police side would be, because he already has the civilian dispatchers.
So
So I know
it's more because,
it's more, it's gonna be more, right, because of,
well, more bodies, because they only have 3 full,
but
Well,
Tim's
2
providing 3.
but just on the
In his budget.
police and fire. Yeah.
So I guess that's what I'm trying to piece together, that part.
Okay.
What, thoughts or?
I haven't had a chance to read through this yet.
I have not either.
Um,
I can send it to, I'll send it to you guys.
Yes.
It's an email, Rocco actually reached out to both, because it was a discussion we had last night, a brief one, that going forward would really like to have it be separate, so that we can see it, because
okay.
we don't know what the future holds on the civilian dispatchers. Does it make sense, you know, will they always be bundled here? Will they be
Yeah.
bundled in a group, you know, in a bigger South Shore package? I don't know. We don't know what the future holds, but we know we're gonna, create that here, which is good.
We might be able to figure it out, just to
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
it's
this.
in the email, and
Yeah.
let me send that. Okay. That's my work email too, I think. I actually went to bring this one, and then I forgot to print it.
That's okay, one less tree you're killing.
Thank God. So this is gonna go to. Still,
So, police officers will no longer be working the dispatch role. We've already been phasing them out into my current budget. This week will be the first time we will now have all shifts assigned with a civilian dispatcher. 3 full-time, 3 part-time.
yep. Which he did talk about when he was here, and maybe that's the difference then.
I think
It's the covering the shifts, where before they had to have police officers cover, so you would have seen the money there. Now it's being moved to
So
dispatch.
similarly, not with the same effect, because with fire, obviously,
They're
new
brand
bodies coming in, all those existing bodies that were on the desk now go on the road.
Right,
Now
they're
go on
not
the
like-
road.
They're still working.
So
taking
that's a
anyone
big
off.
Right.
impact for fire. Police, it's a much smaller impact, but there's still an impact.
Right.
Because those folks are now not as many shifts and all of that, but
Yeah.
they will now be on the road
Right.
versus the civilians on the desk.
Yep. I agree.
But I think you're right. I think a little more review of this analysis, just to make sure that we
Yeah.
wrap our heads around it.
Right.
And then we certainly have opportunity to ask questions.
Yeah. So I don't know if we need them back then.
Let's wait and
That's,
see.
yeah, everyone,
'Cause
if
I'm-
everyone could read that and
Yeah.
kind of,
Yeah.
you know, send.
I'm gonna digest it
opinions.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Do this stuff, yeah.
And we should, when we're reading it, if we use this department request as a comparison to what we're reading, that's
Yeah.
like the,
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, that's the last, I
that's
think.
the most recent. 34. Oops.
And they are in the process of putting together the warrant for the, town meeting. So we will have to vote, once it gets finalized, we'll vote on that. Really, that's our big thing, once we finalize this, right?
Yeah, we have to put all of this together and we
Yep.
invite this, but then we have to review all,
Yeah.
which,
Yep.
making sure we know what they all are.
Right.
And then just put them all.
Right.
So we might have to do a quick review with him again, too. Yeah, this, I have to say, just on quick review of this email, not to go back to it, but it looks like they have an incredibly well-thought-out plan.
Oh,
That
yeah.
talks about contractual
Yeah.
changes that need to be made to kind of
Yeah.
help the
Yeah, it
departments.
seemed like they'd really like work together to like.
It looks like a
tackle this together.
really, really
Yeah.
well-thought-through plan.
Yeah, I mean, it was great when, when Scott started telling me about it, and I mean, I think it's the best way to go. And like we talked about yesterday too, the savings may not be right now, like up front, but you're gonna have recognized savings over the course of several years. And then you're gonna save a ton as you keep using dispatchers, civilian dispatchers before, somebody who is in uniform, you know what I mean?
Well, it makes sense
So-
putting the police officers in the fire
Out on the road or wherever they
where
need to be.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, instead of taking the phone
And they're
calls.
being
Right.
kind of long-term thoughtful, too. They're
Yeah.
talking about working on creating an appropriate grid for these folks and stuff, too, so I think.
Yeah, which is
An appropriate grid.
an appropriate grid.
Um,
We need to talk about that too briefly.
so,
Excellent, okay. So we have a plan.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some clarification on this. You're gonna do that spreadsheet, and if everyone could just read on the
Yep.
police, fire, it's a good idea. The other thing, just as I guess the last piece I have for tonight is really just, we did talk about the library a little bit. We had gotten, or Laura had gotten response from Chris, and did you
nope,
all
I have
know
to
that?
send it right
Nope.
now.
She's sending
I
it
just
now.
remembered.
So she's gonna send it now, but she did get a response to all of her questions. Chris gave her, a big response on that of why, and it has to do with the library trustees.
Okay.
However, I think what we would like to do is revisit their policy, if we can. We're not sure how that,
We're probably not gonna, we don't know that we'll be able to do it in
we
time for
probably
town
won't be able to
meeting.
do it in
Yeah,
time for
right.
this year. However, we do feel that it does need to be reviewed, looked at, policy changed, because I'm not sure who has accounting or finance experience as the library trustee, but I think it's important to be consistent, because right now, they're doing a 2% each year,
Yep.
but they are doing a 3% between each step. So by doing a 2% increase of a grid, they're getting 5% each year. So,
Last year, I was also or I understood it as we were voting on the grid to correct it from going forward, like.
which
from-
is what we all thought, and Chris came back and gave an explanation to that as to, and
I'll
to be
forward
honest,
this email to
yeah.
you guys too, just because I think,
yeah,
that
it should go
I
to,
put you on my original email, did I?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
yes,
Let me
I think
forward
he
that.
just sent the response to her, though.
okay.
But
Um,
it needs to be,
Yeah,
needs to
no,
be
it's-
consistent,
yeah,
and it
absolutely.
needs to be looked at, because right now you're talking a 5% increase every year. And what I would like to see is verbiage you could put under the grid and do that it will be looked at annually, to make sure it's still appropriate. And if you've hit your last step, then you get a 2% COLA increase, or cost of living increase. So to be consistent with the rest of the departments, kind of puts everyone where they should be. So technically, if you, I mean, even the people who are on step 6, they're still getting, because the grid's
Right.
increasing.
Right,
So the grid's increasing, plus you're still getting
yeah, so they're still getting the
2%,
3%,
yeah,
yeah.
3%, or 2% actually. Right? So I think that's why they're doing it, is because it shows that the
if you
people who are on
were-
the 6 get the 2%. But
Okay,
the folks who are earlier really need to be on a
right,
path.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it was, like I said, Chris gave a very detailed explanation to Laura about that, and I think it's, I don't know if he's going, I mean, she's gonna actually respond to that at some point too, Chris, just to suggest, that's all we can do, because they are run by the library trustees. If they want her to come and maybe give an explanation on the grid,
I
certainly
might
could
even
do that.
suggest that, you know, because I was gonna go have a meeting with them and try to
Come
have
here.
some,
Yeah.
where he's interested too. I might even just see if he wants to do it with me, and we just kind of tackle it together.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely,
Because,
yeah,
We'll just get an understanding of their
seems-
thought process on the
Yep.
matter too.
right,
yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
he
'Cause
seems
I
to
think
be
this-
right on the same page of wanting to
Exactly.
understand it and wanting to get it
Yeah.
correct and
yeah. And it just might make a lot of sense to attempt to try and do it.
do it together.
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
So then that was library. Is there anything else, Laura, that we?
You sent that over too.
I'll let you take a look at that from last,
You what, I'm sorry?
if you wanted to take a look at that from last night.
I
I
do,
thought Rebecca
actually.
left it in the box. you know,
No,
I
she probably
assumed,
took
I
it and
assumed.
then, well,
I know, you know what happened.
I do. Been there myself quite a few times.
Just want to note that, kind of getting organized here, guys, so.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
see
little
that.
I don't want to scare you,
jealous.
but.
By the way, my book's almost done too,
Oh,
at home.
well, I'm thinking now
I
that
left it and everything's in crisscross piles right now, so I couldn't, because what I did was go through
I'm gonna have to
each.
flag when I get home.
Well, yeah,
flags.
because
Your
I
email.
went through each of those to make sure they matched the totals in my, if they didn't match, I didn't put them in.
Oh, okay, well, I'm just, whatever they gave me.
Yeah.
I've got, so many,
I know.
like 3
Well,
different school committee things, or school stuff.
I had like, because everyone was giving me 7 copies, we only have 5 people, so then I
Then you'd
went
have the
through and I was
extra.
able to throw those
Well,
away.
what I was gonna, yeah, I can
All
get
right,
rid of
so,
this one, right, from last
I
week.
guess, I'm sorry?
Should I get rid of the numbers from last week that we had? Because it's not complete anyway.
No, it's not.
Okay, so I'm just gonna shred that.
Yeah, because they're gonna change.
Yeah.
Even the numbers from tonight are gonna change.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the front and then, it's always more to come for that. so.
Mm. I always think they do a good job with their grid.
This year?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wish I had
was-
had more time, like, had
he's
it
I
been
know.
more,
so
like-
knowledgeable too,
Yeah, I would have liked to have just like talked more like one-on-one with him, but.
Right, because
And it was
usually
hard to like
he
kind of
does
keep
the
up
2
because he was just
meetings.
like,
He comes to ours and theirs,
yeah.
but I didn't want to make him
There
come over.
wasn't
I
enough reason to with.
Right,
Okay.
With the way they present,
2% change and,
Yeah.
it's, so.
What if it was like the alarm beeping?
like,
It
we
was
need
a-
to evacuate.
That's, I was just checking.
Who pulled the fire alarm?
Okay. I don't hear any sirens.
Laura's internal clock. She's like, oh, time to go, guys.
she's like, I gotta go.
I'm done.
Let's put this in the front.
So what is there anything I can do, like,
I'm just gonna send an email to Phyllis.
with these questions?
Yeah,
that I
with
put
these
together?
questions and,
Yeah, so it was a question
I would
on the
s-
local receipts.
yep, I
Uh,
wrote
a
here.
question on.
Well, we don't know
Other
free
def-
cash yet,
So other
Yeah.
deficit.
so
the
local
other deficit number.
receipts.
And
And again, I'm gonna,
the other deficit number.
Yep.
And then the tax title.
the tax title,
number.
Tax title.
Those are the
tax title,
two that I had.
deficit. And I want a little clarification, I think, on the overlay abatements.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
just like to know.
that's-
Yeah.
I know,
reminders.
that's
What is it?
something.
And clarification on the tax recap. For local receipts.
And maybe what we can potentially, because we're next week, maybe if everybody reviews their department specifically and has kind of some key bullet points on the top of their head for discussion,
Discussion,
to-
if
once we
there's
have a
any.
sense of where we're landing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll review some of you guys's, cause mine are all pretty.
What
I have like
We're
in my,
using
I
yours.
have like. I
Yeah,
have
it's
the
really-
I have the no discussion.
it's really police, fire,
it's police,
DPW.
fire, DPW.
is really what it is. just to make sure.
Council on Aging had the request of the volunteer position.
Many of the departments had some real needs requests. I think we need to just,
We do.
just kind of have them, yeah.
Yeah, I think we,
Then we'll
you're
just make
right.
some decisions.
Right, because I think,
ones are definitely
Even like,
those,
because
the
their
smaller
numbers-
ones had a few real needs.
Right.
Small,
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
very small.
agreed. Oh, I know what one of the thing was. We did, no, I forget now. Anyway, yeah, so I think if
yeah, if we
we,
all kind of look
probably
through our
should
notes
look.
when we did our presentations
Yeah.
and have like points of what we remember.
yeah, so bring, I guess
Topics.
bring your real needs that you have from your departments, and let's figure that out. You didn't have any. right?
No, but I'll look at my notes from all the other presentations. And
Yeah, because
so
I
that I
know
can
that
be a good participant. in
one of the other
conversation.
things too was I needed to look at, was George had submitted a real needs budget for the selectmen, so I need to look at that.
I was just kind of panning through it.
You did ask a kind of question that got,
Side table-
I
side
don't know
table?
if anybody
That's
heard
side
you.
Um,
gonna go with
I
that.
thought I
don't
was
know.
ignored.
I don't know if anybody heard you.
I'm pretty sure I was ignored when I asked the
But I
question.
think, as the finance committee, I think we need to ask and get some detail on some of the costs, additional costs that are being incurred right now, and how are they being either
Yes.
dealt with for FY19, and how are we planning for them in FY20?
Right, because I'm not worried, so right now, as you know, we're not worried about George's salary, it's budgeted,
Right,
Right.
right?
right. It's the
However,
interim.
in FY20,
Well, there will be a payout of sick and vacation time.
right, so where's that coming from?
Yep.
The other piece is, next year, you're gonna budget, but you don't know what type of experience you're gonna get in a town manager or town administrator.
But you're also
that
paying
you're-
the intern,
Right,
And the
you're paying
consultants.
interim,
right?
what?
And the
And
consultant
the
company.
consultants, right, which I guess last night was a discussion on them, with a couple of consultants, I didn't watch the meeting. But
That's-
did you
we
guys,
couldn't hear at the beginning of what was coming next when we were when they announced some of the future, but there were
Okay.
remember the people that we were like, oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
So no, we didn't hear.
Do you think
them.
we need to do maybe you just need to do a very pointed email asking, boom,
Oh,
boom, boom, boom?
well, I was hoping that last night they took the bait, they didn't,
I think
so
we need
I'm
to just ask the question.
yes.
Okay.
Well, I think we just need to know, because
It's numbers.
I did, yes,
Because it's not free, so. we
It
should-
is not
we
free.
should probably.
the concern is, where are you pulling it from?
And we know we can't
And-
ignore it. 'cause we
right,
know
and
it's
I did
gonna
get
happen.
It's
Trans,
gonna be like a special town meeting kind of request where we need to make a transfer for that. You know what, I guess, let's find out. Let's find
Yes.
out.
Well,
Yes, it
that's,
is.
yeah, it is, absolutely.
as a matter of fact, I have it.
Oh, okay.
To pay the intern.
Oh, yeah, did you know I have that?
I didn't know that was on the sheet.
It's different. Somebody gave it to me at the end.
Yeah, I knew they gave you the transfer sheet. We talked about when we were gonna try to vote on it and all of that, but
But we're not
Maybe-
in a position, I wouldn't be surprised if these numbers change, I guess is what I'm saying.
didn't they already they gave it to us officially to vote on, though?
Are you sure? Oh, I don't have that sheet. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yes, yes, they did.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
I
No,
am
they
too.
gave
So-
Michelle the transfer, the year-end transfers.
Yeah, but,
Okay.
oh. They gave me a couple things, that's why I was confused. So they gave me the capital,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't my business really. And then they gave, so I'll make a copy of this.
That's what I was gonna say, just maybe you make a copy,
Yes.
email it to us, we digest, ask
Yeah.
questions, and then maybe we
I'll
can.
scan it and send it tomorrow, does that work?
Yeah,
This is, selectmen and finance have to vote on this. So these are just the transfers. And I think these are the definite, some of them are
So
budget
these are
shortfalls.
FY19.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So these are some budget shortfalls. Some of them are real small,
Okay.
you know, like filled in for the animal control officer type
Yeah.
of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't budgeted. There was a little mistake on, a longevity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
some of them are pretty little, but then we talked about.
So is the interim on there?
Yes. But we talked about the electricity, gasoline shortage.
Okay.
So that is out there. And then I'll send it to you.
Okay.
If you want, you can take a look. I don't.
Yeah. So we talked about, like, I think last year we voted on it at the joint meeting, but we said, you know,
We did.
we certainly have the ability to vote on it ahead of time and then just give it to
Well,
them.
that's
if
why
it
Rocco
makes
had
sense.
given it to us. He
Yeah.
said, if you want to vote on it ahead of time, he said, then go ahead, right? Isn't that what he said? And you could just bring it to the meeting, so you'd be ready to go.
If we run out of time.
Because I think you have to sign it
Yeah.
though in front. Everybody has to sign it at the same time.
At the same time, okay.
Yes. So nothing was out of the
Right,
ordinary.
right.
It's just a matter of,
Just,
okay, that's great, you're doing a transfer, but,
yeah.
so it's from here
So
to
this
here,
all-
right? FY
That's
19,
From transfer to.
yeah.
Oh, so nothing is coming from free cash or anything?
Nope.
These are all coming from,
They were accounts,
that didn't get
yeah.
spent. Generous departments.
Yeah.
Did you wanna look at it yet?
No, I'll look at it tomorrow.
She's like,
I'll just
I'll
take a
just-
peek.
yeah, she's like, I'll just look at it.
I'll just look at it now.
Yeah, see, so these are the numbers I got from them too, you know, so that's why I knew my numbers were.
Mhm.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And then these are old. I just kept them for if I
They're
had
the
any
ones you
notes
had
on them.
last week, right?
Yeah, these are the ones that don't even apply. Oh, in my notes. So this is good. This goes with this. This I don't need. And then, did you want to look at the? We don't even know numbers.
What
I
is
think
it?
capital.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know
So
if
what
you've
is,
seen them.
no, I have, so this is.
So take a peek, I guess.
Yeah,
These
no,
are
Rocco said he got it
capital
last
projects
night.
for 20,
Yeah.
for fiscal 20?
I can scan that as well if
Mhm.
you want. Then we can each have a copy of it.
Especially since we have to vote on the warrant, I think.
Okay. Fair enough.
And these are the numbers. I don't even know these, but I will take them with me.
Thank you, dear.
Cause there is I think there's a difference in between you and Phyllis, of like
Um,
$3,400 or something.
You think?
3205 in between
Wait a
these
second,
numbers
let me-
here.
I don't need these. This is gonna be rubbish. Rubbish.
Recycling.
Yeah.
Time to burn outside.
Cause if you look. Yeah. So it's this, so that number is,
Yep, this number, right? The 25,
yeah.
288. Yeah.
Then this number, I know it's off 100,000
Yeah.
because you moved it, but see your, what's that, 21,328, and then this is.
What, this one?
No, this here, that.
7, yeah, 21.
So,
Why is that off that though?
3205. I just noticed it when I was trying to proof out something earlier.
Which number's off?
The transfer to capital stabilization.
Oh, you know why? So she has this. That I got last night. So maybe that's why. Did I not?
So if I,
this number should be not that.
That's the 721 and the 618, 123 or something.
Yeah.
So what should this number be? If I add all these, is that what?
No, I don't think so. Right?
Add them anyway?
Yeah, go ahead.
Your phone's so black too, though, if you let your finger on it,
Yeah.
really doesn't make that matter.
But why did I leave this last night?
Why did you what?
6:18 I left.
Because you were tired.
Maybe it should be the,
Down something. I think it is, so,
He did mention at the beginning of the Board of Selectmen's meeting, he received the capital numbers.
I think it was very, very similar.
He didn't
to
mention what it was.
Yes.
So there's- I don't think if I add
yeah,
this, but- So, you think that should be
that,
minus 100,000, or?
I think the 100 doesn't have anything to do with the capital transfer.
This should be,
I don't know, this
Is the
was
question the
actually-
903 number? No,
no.
Or the 618.
This is broken now.
618 number.
It's not working.
Oh, no. Give it a second.
I think if I wrote down when we were talking about it last night. I wonder if I wrote it in my book.
I'll
You know what? I think I did.
send Dan a quick text. Be like, what's the number?
Oh, I did.
Oh, look at you. Of course you did. Of course you did.
Random notes. The two numbers we talked about, 721, 328, and 617, 239. Was the free cash transfer. So is that 618, should that be 617, 239?
Hold on, 721, 1.
328 and 617, 239.
That's the transfer from free cash?
Yeah,
617, what is it?
239. I didn't write much down, but I wrote those two numbers down.
I'm
'cause
sorry,
I-
what'd you write? Sorry, you,
When we talked about last night, the two numbers for the capitalization, for the capitalization.
and what'd you have? The 7?
The 721, 328
That's the transfer to
capital,
Yeah,
and then 617, 239 transfer from free cash.
Over here?
But it doesn't match what she had, right?
no.
But yet these are the numbers we talked about last night.
Yeah, see,
But this
She
is
gave that to you
5-4.
last night?
This is 5-4. I mean, this is 2 days ago.
Yeah, because if he got them yesterday and you guys were talking about,
wonder
did
if-
she not update
she
her?
doesn't
Free
have it.
cash.
I don't know.
Because it's blank right here, see?
Yeah, so is that supposed to be
Maybe, I don't know.
600,000?
Add that to the list
Yeah,
of
that's
I don't think
yeah,
that's right.
clarifications.
See, I don't think
Will it be going,
up.
And I think she mentioned that she still needed to update a bunch of
Yeah.
numbers too, so
Yeah.
I think it's,
So that's why I was trying to
Yeah.
put in as we had them.
yeah.
that's a huge question.
Yeah, so,
Mm.
Yeah, no.
yes. This, she was trying to net against
So
this.
this is what you moved over here.
I moved it over there because I knew it was a
But
different
we think it
deficit.
maybe should be zero anyway.
I'm gonna
on both
ask.
sides, here and
Yeah, well, it would, right, if it's zero there, it
Right.
would be zero there,
Right.
so I have that to ask.
And then. Because now this is going
Right. Which it should, because,
by.
well,
the
based on past
change-
experiences,
Well, by the change here, but if this is here, then we're still.
yeah, but I don't think there's something not right.
And like I said, she said
Yeah.
Yeah,
things still
firm up
needed
the
to be
numbers.
updated.
Yep. And my thing just crashed with the irrevocable. of thing, so. I think it's that thumb drive. I'm gonna go buy a new one right now.
Don't use thumb drives anymore.
You don't?
Get cloud-based. Thumb
Well,
drives are
now that I
bad.
have the,
Thumb drives are bad.
We have
Yeah.
to have all of ours encrypted at work, like
Yeah.
I couldn't put yours in my.
I have an
computer.
encrypted one
yeah,
for work.
so, but
I don't even use it.
unless I get my email set up, that's the problem.
Oh,
I don't know my password to my email. Like I set
Wasn't
it
there a
up.
discussion of having like the East Bridgewater
email.
Finance Committee, like email? No?
You can do
On
that.
your list.
Do that next year.
Oh, you stop it. You stop it.
Well, it's late now, I mean, you know.
But, well, I mean,
This is-
we can't do it on what we already
backup.
started, right? Where all of our stuff is, where we're saving all of the,
Yeah, we have it all in ours, so.
like where we have all of the budgets saved from all the departments that sent us. Like, what are we,
Yep.
what are we using now? Is that Google
Your
Drive?
cloud
That's my, yeah, it's
That's
my
yours.
OneDrive.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
my Microsoft OneDrive.
Okay.
But I am going to campaign hard
It
for,
just,
yeah.
this is kind of silly having us,
I-
everyone's got like,
Right.
you know,
They'll do it. Brian will do it.
Yeah, that's true, there's never anyone in that position prior to this year,
Yeah.
right?
You're right.
Behind that position.
Right. So I'm gonna put this on the top. I'm gonna take this, put this here. And this I need for notes.
your mouse is like,
What day do they need they need
Oh,
the
it-
warrant final,
We have the joint meeting on the 20th.
Right, so it has to be before
It
then,
has to be before.
so we only have,
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
but is that
A little
two
less.
Tuesdays or what? Yeah. only
No.
one
Remember,
One
we
Tuesday.
did next Tuesday and we have a hold
Tuesday.
on Thursday. Did you post for Thursday too?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we have-
16, 14,
I do have
We
it
have
16,
here.
Tuesday and Thursday. We had a hold on Thursday and then the Tuesday
I
after
need
that.
Monday.
Joint meeting, yeah. Ooh, good times, guys.
Or some.
Say or Sunday?
What?
I thought you said or Sunday, and I'm like, whoa.
No.
We are, whoa.
Thursday.
It's almost over Sunday.
I know.
Oh, right, Mother's Day. I
Happy
don't do
Mother's
that
Day, you
business.
guys.
Right?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Mm, I'm
It's not my gig.
I hate Mother's
Mother's Day? No, my expectations are way too high.
Are they?
They used to be. Now they've
Yeah, come down.
crashed.
All right, so I guess we're done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
All right.
so I will entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Did someone eat a brownie at the moment?
any discussion?
Laura?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
And